What's good, family? This is your man, Jimmy Conway, beatsforlyricists.com, music production tips. In this video, we're going to go over the number one 808 synth for your music production, whether you're doing trap, whether you're doing jungle, whether you're doing house, whether you're doing drill music, whether you're doing hip-hop, whatever you're doing, man. This is the number one synth to get your 808s popping, and it's called SubLab XL, all right? So here I got a basic, just like a hi-hat and snare pattern. Something real basic, right? So that's on track one. On track two, we're going to add the SubLab XL. So you want to go from your drum group to your plugins. Go to VST. Go to where it says Future Audio Workshop. And as you can see, I have SubLab Regular and SubLab XL. I started out with SubLab, and then I was like, you know what? The sounds in here were like banging. So I just got the XL version, which gives me more sounds and more effects that I can use. I will leave a link in the description below. You can get it from the link you can grab it from the link in the description below. It'll lead you to Plugin Boutique. And yeah, so let's get it popping. So open up SubLab. And this is what the interface kind of looks like. Well, not kind of, looks like. All right. So basically up here you got this is your oscillator section where you get to choose whether you're going to start out as a sine wave, triangle wave, saw, square, or super wave. Down here you have your modulation section. Down here you have your little filter. Over here you have your effects section. And over here you have your EQ toning section. All right. You could let me move this around real quick. I don't want to hit any sounds accidentally. All right. So if I start, let's do this. Let's pick a key that we're gonna work in. Right. I'm gonna work in the key of, I don't know. Let's just say, yeah, F minor. All right. So here's the key of F minor using the 808. All right, so let's lower the octave of that. You can lower the octave a couple of ways. If you have an MPC Studio Mark II, you could lower the octave by just changing the bank group. So right now I'm in bank C. If I go to bank B, if I go to bank A, or let me go back to bank C where I started. You can also change the octave by going here and just bring that down 1 or 2 octaves. All right. So like I said, you could change whether you want to be a triangle wave. That will give it like a little bit more of a distinct sound. Saw. All right. And you can check out the others. Square. Then you have super. And then you have some options under super. You could just mess around with this if you like. But the base model sounds like. Okay. You could tune it to whatever you want to. Tune it to the key of your song. You also have a modulation section. So let's say I'm just tapping a pad, but it's not, the 808's not ringing out, right? So I want the 808 first of all to hit right away. So I'm going to bring the attack down to 1 millisecond. We're going to increase the sustain a little bit, decay a little bit, and release a lot. Okay. You also have a pitch modulation, so you can adjust the modulation of the pitch. So if I move it out a little bit. Okay, so you also have filter modulation. You have LFO modulation, so you could choose the LFO to modulate whatever destination you want. And then you have a glide section. You can control the amount of glide in your 808s. So if I hit one key and hold it and hit another key, let's bring it down one. Okay. You can have the glide also go to the tempo of your track. Okay. Down below, you have a little filter section. You can change it from low pass to band pass to high pass. All right. So most people, if we're using it on bass, we're gonna probably use a low pass. Also, in the oscillator section, you have 3 different things you can manipulate. You can manipulate the synth section, which is right here. You can choose by what waveform you like. You also have the X sub, which is basically added harmonics to the low end, and you have a sample section, which you can adjust the fade in, fade outs, low cut, high cut, impact, and key, and delay time. So, and you can also choose from the many different kick sounds that they have to help generate your sound. So let me go back to sine. All right, cool. We'll use that. We'll go to sample, and we'll just change the sample just to see how it changes the whole sound. All right. Oh, I should have said this from the beginning. Make sure you're wearing a good pair of headphones or listening through a good pair of monitor speakers. This video may not go through your iPhone or your Android the way you want. So take a second, put on a good pair of headphones, put a good pair of speakers on, and rewatch the video from the beginning. All right. So we're gonna change the kick right now. All right. We'll change it to anything, whatever. Let's change it again. Bring it up somewhere over here. You see that has a little bit more click in the kick. Let's do something here. I'm just picking anything. Let's try rolling TR909. And you can also the good thing, you could drag and drop your own kicks from wherever, from your hard drive right into here. All right. So that's a cool thing. All right. So that's the modulation section. Oh, you also have this mixer section here. I don't know if I talked about this. The mixer section helps you mix in your synth section, which is here, your sample, and your sub synth, your X sub. So let's say I can cut it off by clicking here. Now you just hit X sub. and it stops playing after a certain. It only holds like the low notes. Because I'm hitting higher notes right now and it's not going through. All right. So let's cut back on the wave. Okay. Now let's cut back on the synth. And you could mix and match the volumes to your liking. All right. You also have a, you have a effects section. Brain freeze. You have an effects section here too, so you get like distortion, compression. What else? Crusher, wave shaper, and tape. Now, I believe if you just have SubLab, you will get compression, and I think distortion. But if you get SubLab XL, you get the wave shaper, you get the crusher, and you get the tape. All right. So let's add a crusher. Give it that dirty. Okay. Let's change the bit mode. Getting dirty. Ew. Listen to the ring out. That's kind of how an SP1200 would almost sound. I used to have an SP1200 borrowed from a friend of mine, and the way the sample tail is, it has like a little crunch at the end. That little at the end, yeah, kind of like the SP1200. You could go between hard and gentle. You could actually rearrange the effects around. You could see you can move to see what effects are here. And let's add a little tape on the end. A little bit more hiss. Okay. And then you have a toning section, which if I hold my mouse over the node here, you'll see at the bottom left hand corner, it says high shelf EQ filter. Applied after effects. If I go over here, it says low shelf EQ filter, applied after effects. And I could, adjust the tone of the sound from here. All right. You can also go through different banks of sounds. Oh, one thing you could do too is you can have one knob control different parameters. So up here you see you have like an A and you have a B. So I got these effects going here. Let's say we take this and we put this on the drive of the tape. Expand this a little bit. We're going to also put this on the, let's see. We're going to put this on the fatness of the distortion. I'll move this over here. And we'll put it on the mono. Here we go. So now when I move this A, you'll see everything. Oh, let's get this out the way. You'll see three knobs move. And you can do that with the B section here too and have that, manipulate other parameters. All right. Also with the effects, you could choose how much of, let's say, the synth is driven into the compressor, or how much of the wave sample is driven into the compressor, or whatever effect you have, just by this here. All right. Right now, the synth portion of this, or the oscillator synth, is going 30% into the compressor. Now if I take this down to nothing, let's add it 100%. Let's try it on the crusher. Let's take it down on the synth. Let's take it down on the wave. See? Now let's push some synth into the crusher. Let's push a little bit. Well, that's heavy. Let's push a little bit of the wave, a little bit less. Let's bring this down a little bit. Okay, so that you can do. You can come over here. You can select what sound you like. These are the different banks. So right now I'm in analog machine. Go to XL. They got Reese's, one of my favorite candies. And you can go to Trap Tendo, if I'm not mistaken. That is Av McCree. Shout out to him. But yeah, and you can also save your different, whatever your favorites are, you can save them into a favorites over here and load those up at any time. All right. So let's see. Let's try some sounds out. Let's try some sounds. Let's try 808 Real Atlanta. All right, let's. Now let's just roll through some presets. RS. I did a little glide on the 8th bar. What does that say? Brambleton. Yeah, if you like what you're hearing, man, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell for future videos. Let's chill for a minute. That one, humble. the best 808s I've heard. Like I said, if you want, click the link in the description below. Download yourself a copy. It's my affiliate link, so it'll help the channel, somewhat. I could definitely see us helping some trap producers out here. Sub signature. Hold on. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much an overview of what SubLab XL can do and do for you. Like I said, click the link in the description for your copy of SubLab. It'll be the first link in the description below. And yeah, man, keep making them beats, man. Keep making beats. I'm gonna try to keep putting out more content. But the job got me just too much stuff. But yeah, like I said, if you want to help me out, help the channel, grab your copy of SubLab XL through me, through the link in the description below. I really appreciate it. If it's your first time here, make sure you also get my free drum kit below. It'll be the first link in, it'll be the second link in the description below for my free drum kit, all right? And if you've been here before, go grab my, matter of fact, go check out the Amazon links below if you want to check out my studio equipment, the stuff that I use for my studio every day, the Studio Mark II, Akai MPK3 Mini, my Yamaha HS8s, Focusrite interfaces, my Nectar LX61 keyboard. Check all that out through the Amazon links. If you need anything through Amazon, get that through me too. Links in below, and I'll check you out later. Peace out.